Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here, Mr. Max. Today is still Tuesday. It is February 2nd, 2021. I had to think about it for a second, but I know, relax. I know. Yeah, good girl. Sorry about... Hey, easy with the camera. With your tail, stop. See, this is why a lot of times I'll leave them outside when I'm going to make a video, because they want to be right up on top of me. But anyway, so I wanted to do this video because I had made a comment, about veterinarians, and people had, some veterinarians are good, some they've had good experience and bad experience. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my experience with veterinarians and what my thoughts are. Now, there was one veterinarian that I dealt with that actually was a traveling veterinarian. He actually had a van that he would come to your house. He would do house calls. He would take care of your animals right at your home. He was absolutely awesome. That veterinarian was absolutely awesome. I thought he was the best. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a couple veterinarians that I've dealt with since then. I've been in nursing for a very, very long time, as you guys know. 27 years as a nurse, 5 years as a CNA before that. And I had a gentleman, or a lady that I took care of in this one, it was a high-rise building, and it was independent living, but some people needed some assistance, so they would, if they needed assistance, they had to hire out. So I would go in there and I would work for different people on different floors and stuff like this. Well, this one lady, and it was in Greece, New York, was the veterinarian. And I won't say what veterinarian it is because I don't want to get sued. But it was a veterinarian in Greece, New York. And what happened was this woman had a kitten. A perfectly... Stop. Oh, watch out! You're big baby. Perfectly healthy kitten. No issues with this kitten whatsoever. This woman... Now, I think a lot of veterinarians prey on the elderly. That is my opinion. And this is the example of why. So she had taken this cat to the vet, and the vet was like, oh, this cat's allergic to this and that, and it needs special this. So she had to buy special food, which of course, who owns the only one that sold that special food? The veterinarian. Okay? So she was taking this cat to the vet constantly. Okay? Now, if you guys don't know, and I'll give you an example of what it is up here in New York, if I take one of these animals to the vet, just for walking through the door, that's $43 for the office visit, before they even touch your animal, okay? So, this woman was taking this cat to the vet constantly because this doctor had convinced her that this cat had allergies and all this other not. That cat was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with that cat. So she was getting scammed. So she's paying out all this money for this, going back and forth to the vet all the time. It made me sick. And I told her, I was like, honey, there's nothing wrong with this cat. This cat is fine. But a lot of veterinarians will use your love for your animal as a tool against you. Okay? I'm going to give you another great example. And this is an example that happened to me directly. So with Caesar and Pandora, when they had to, when we got them, they had to go to the vet. I wanted to get them fixed. So you would think, you call the vet and you say, listen, I got these two animals, I want to get them fixed. Okay, bring them in, we'll take care of it. No, 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 no. You have to have your initial visit first. Again, walking in the door, that's $43 right off the bat. So that they can examine them first. Which they do nothing to your animal. So there's a $43 visit, bam, just like that. Then you have to reschedule your next appointment to get them, whatever shots you're going to give them, your first shots, and then get the animal fixed, okay? I'm going to tell you what, this guy right here, Maxie, I got him as a kitten, okay? Maxie's been to the vet exactly one time. He went to the vet, he got his first shots, he got fixed, and that was the end of that, okay? He's never been back to the vet again, all right? Same thing with Caesar and Pandora. After they got fixed, they don't ever go back. They're fine. They don't need to go back. Okay? Good example, somebody made the comment, and I'm going to just address this comment as well. So, Pandora had her episode, which I have no idea what that episode was. Somebody came on and was like, oh, well, she had a Caesar and you never took her to the vet. First of all, I don't know if it was a seizure or not. It was some kind of episode that she had. Now, I obviously monitored her since that time. She's never had a repeat of that episode. So I don't know what that was. But I'm not running my dog to the vet when, first of all, she recovers from whatever happened to her. She's perfectly fine, shows no signs and symptoms of anything else going on, and has never had a repeat of that again. Now, if she continued to have episodes, I absolutely would have taken her to the vet. But she never did. So why would I take her to the vet? Because it's, like I said, again, just to walk in the door, it's going to cost me 43 bucks. So, again, you know, it's, you want to run your animals back and forth to the vet all the time and make the veterinarian rich? Knock yourself out. I'm going to give you another example of something that happened, and this happened with Bella. So Bella was sick, and this is many, many, many years ago. God, I can't even think how many years ago. 8, 9 years ago. She was sick. Something was going on with her, so we take her to the vet. And the vet comes out with this laundry list of crap that they thought that we should be getting done. Blood work and this and that and the other thing, and, you know, $1,500 worth of stuff. So I remember saying to the vet, I said, I'm going to tell you what. Give me a dose of antibiotics for this cat. We'll give her the antibiotics. We'll see if that works. If she continues to have issues, then we'll discuss doing these other things, right? Give her that dose of antibiotics. That cat was fine after that, all right? And again, never been back to the vet again. So, you know what? There's that old saying, and I'm going to be very blunt here, so if you don't want to hear this, please, this is probably the point where you might want to mute this. Don't piss on my back and tell me it's raining, because I'm not buying it, all right? And I will never lump all veterinarians in this category, but a majority of the veterinarians out there, I will say that I have dealt with, and I'm going to go with that. The majority of veterinarians that I have dealt with were just out to make that dollar and try to run up that bill as much as they possibly could. And that's wrong. That is wrong. Sorry. That's a fact. That is wrong. I love my animals. I take very, very good care of my animals, but I don't think that they need to be running back and forth to the vet constantly. Oh, it's time for your cat's wellness checkup. No, they don't need a wellness checkup. They're fine. And a lot of times, realistically, you taking that cat into the veterinarian is stressing that cat out. That's not a good thing either. They're used to their environment. If they're fine, if they're healthy. I'm going to tell you what, Abel, or I'll give you a good example, Gelco. Neither one of Gelco or Abel are fixed, right? And I know because they're not fixed, they will have a tendency to spray. They haven't in the house yet, which is a good thing. So they're out catting quite a bit. Gelco's got messed up a few times, okay, out there fighting. Chunks missing out of his face, the whole 9 yards. You know what? He's fine. He's healed up and he's fine. It's part of what you deal with when you have a cat that's an indoor-outdoor cat. They're going to get into stuff. They're going to get into fights, especially when they're not fixed, okay? Now, if he was having some major issues, obviously I would take him in, okay? But I'm not one of those people. I don't run to the vet every second something happens to my cat, okay, or dog. Now, again, if something was continuing to happen, like with Pandora, for example, if she had continued to have episodes, and again, I'm not going to call it a seizure because I don't know if it was a seizure or not, okay? But whatever she had happened, it was a one-time event. It has not happened again since. Why would I take that animal to the vet? Why would I do that? That doesn't make any kind of sense, okay? So, again, if you've had great experience with a veterinarian, I am absolutely thrilled. I'm happy for you. That's fantastic. Okay, but the reality is a lot of these veterinarians out there are looking to play on your sympathies, play on your heartstrings, play on your love for your animal. I love my animals. My animals are fantastic companions. I love having them around. They're a big part of my life. They bring me a lot of comfort and joy. When I'm upset, they can sense that. They're going to come to me, and they've done it. You guys have seen it in videos with Buddy. I did a video one time, and I was upset, and I was sitting at the picnic table, and that cat came up there and demanded to be petted. And I petted him, and I didn't realize it, but that literally calmed me down during that course of that video. It's an older video, and I don't remember which one it was, but I was really upset about something, and that cat knew I needed comfort. And that's, you know, and I offer them comfort and protection and safety as well. You know, I don't abuse my animals. My animals, when the dogs go out, like today, 15-minute increments. Put them out in the run, let them get that run on, get that run around, use the toilet, and then they come back in the house. Because I'm not leaving my animal out there all day long in this kind of weather. That's not good either, okay? So, you know, if you've had a good experience with a vet, that's great. But unfortunately, a lot of people have not, because these vets are looking to stick it to you sideways. If you know an animal's going out and you're telling people to get this test, that test, and the other test, that's, you know, they're just running that bill up. I know people that have dealt with different things and they had different things going on. You know, most of us don't have $800–900 just sitting around to take the animal to the vet. And I'm sweating really, really bad because this wood stove is kicking out so much heat right now. It is ridiculous. So that's, here, look at my hand. Look how wet my hand is. I sweat off my forehead. That's where I sweat the most. But it's probably the best place to do with just a sit-down video. And that way you get to see the fire and stuff too. But even usually I'm farther back. And I'm not farther back because it's too hot. Anyway, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What experiences have you guys had with veterinarians? Good, bad, or indifferent? I would like to hear what you have to say. Because I think, you know, again, unfortunately, the majority of my experiences with different veterinarians have not been positive. I see a lot of greed. Again, a lot of them taking advantage of people, and I just think that that's wrong. Okay, and again, it's just like morticians. Same type of thing. They're catching you when you're vulnerable, when you're at your weakest, when you're emotionally distraught over the death of a loved one, and they're trying to upsell you and upsell you and upsell you. I'm being cremated. I'm going to be put in a little bitty box, not an urn. They're going to cremate me, put me in a box, bring me back here and dump me on my property. That's what I want. I'm not about making the Undertaker rich. Bare bones, do what you got to do, you know, and that's it. A couple hundred years ago, you didn't take anybody to the mortician. You know, a lot of times you buried that person in your family plot on your own property. That's what they used to do back in the day. Then all of a sudden you had to have everything had to be encased in this and that and the other thing. Just more rules, a way to make more money. That's what it comes down to. So, you know, and I'm not buying a burial plot because after my kids are dead and gone, nobody's going to give a crap anyway. You know what I mean? So, to me, cremate me, put me back where I want to be. Like my dad, he was cremated. He wanted to be dumped in the ocean at Myrtle Beach. That's exactly what happened for my dad. So, there you go. I kept my dad at home for 6 months after he was gone. Then my two sisters were taking a trip to Myrtle Beach. I told him what to do. He wanted to be dumped off the pier. And here's the best part. You have to get a permit down there to dump somebody's ashes off the pier. I told her, I said, don't you dare get a permit. Take a pair of scissors, take the bag out of the box, put it in your purse, walk down that pier, cut the bag open, and dump that in the ocean. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Control, money. That's what it always comes down to. So that's my rant. That's my venting, if you will. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I definitely want to hear your feedback. Again, just a quick reminder, my sale on my website is ending in 2 days. It will end on the 4th at midnight West Coast time on the 4th. Legacy freeze-dried foods, that sale will be ending then. If you would like to take advantage of that beforehand, go to my website, preppernurse1.com. You click on store, it will drop down. You will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it'll take you there. What we have available is there. You will save yourself 20% off at checkout. It will come off automatically, okay? So definitely take advantage of that, all right? So I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please be safe. Remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. We are one race called the human race. People need to remember that as well. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that you tell people that you care about every day how you feel. And lastly, STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that is going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Okay? I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.